pacing back and forth. Oh, I don't understand why you're standing right here. All your shots have scored. No, scratching at the scars you left on my skin. We fight and we fall and we rise through it all till we find what we want, then we lose it all again. Your touch on my skin, pull me close, take me in. Just me, just you, lost in the moment.
Hello my gems, it's Karen and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, I'm so glad you clicked on this video. I do hope that you will stay, take a chance on this channel, and think about subscribing before the end of the video. And if you're returning, I love you. I'm so excited you're here with me. Today I am going to be doing an eye look for you using the Natasha Denona Glam palette. Basically, we are going to figure out our signature look. All right, so get your t-shirt on and I will see you in a minute. So today we're going to be talking about what is your signature eye look. And I'm going to figure out what mine is today, because back in the 90s, I didn't wear a whole lot of makeup for about 5 or 6 years, starting about 2007, 2008. And I just got back into it like 3 years ago. But in the 90s when I did my makeup, I had my favorite lip liner, which was darker than my light lipstick that I put on. And I had 3 eyeshadows that I used religiously, as well as, you know, mascara's always changed, but my eyeliner changed. And whenever I sat down to do my makeup, it was the same products. So now, obviously, things are so much different. We have so much color available, so many different eyeshadows, so many different brands, and you could just create. But I sat down and thought, you know, I've got 2 vanities now, and I've been slowly switching the products that I use a lot to that other vanity. And today I am going to do something I haven't done in a long time, which is develop my signature look. I think it's about time I did that, and I have something as a go-to. What I'm going to do is grab this Madison Beer Morphe brush, and I'm going to go in with one of my favorite palettes, the Natasha Denona Glam palettes. And we're going to start off, and I love these palettes because it doesn't have color names. It has what you use them for: your inner corner, your outer lid, your center lid, your crease, your transition, all that. It's right there for you. But what I want to do is start off with eyeliner, because I feel like you can smoke it out better when you do that first, and all you have to do is touch up later. So what I'm going to do is go into lash line, and I'm going to start right here. I'm going to kind of flick it out a little bit, but I'm going to coat right at my lash line. Probably going to start using some setting spray just so it comes out a little bit darker. You can build it, but it's much easier if you use setting spray. I'm going to go all the way to the inner corner. Now tell me, do you guys have your signature look? Like something people would, oh yeah, you know, she looks good, but something you always wear. Now I've added some tape because it just makes life a whole lot easier. And you might want to map out what you're going to do before you do it. Sometimes it's easier to do things that way. So what I'm going to do is go in with this MOTD brush right here. I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray on it, and I'm actually going to dip this color in to the transition shade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that right here. We're going to save time today. Instead of like doing a cut crease, we're just going to focus on the areas where we want that color to go. I'm curious to see what your guys' responses are. to having your signature eye look. So right here, this is, you guys know me, I love a bright inner corner and then like a medium shade in the middle and then like a dark shade out at the end. It just makes my hooded eyes look bigger. And by the time I'm done with this, okay, so I am taking the same brush and putting a little bit of setting spray on it, not a lot, and moving over into this crease color down here, and we're gonna put that right in the crease. And what we're gonna do is change directions and slowly bring it in and out. This is a good brush to do it with. Make sure things flow nicely. And once you've gotten that down, you can move on to the next shade. You can start with the inner or the outer, whatever you want to do. I'm going to start with the outer eyelid because I can just turn this brush over and use this side. So we're going to go to the outer eyelid color, and we're going to put that the outer lid and back. You might hear the rain. It's raining. And you can build this up however you'd like it. It's not really going to mess with your liner. It may look on camera like it's covering some of it, and it is, but I still have that mapped out there. So let's go ahead and fill this in. And then we'll move on to the next color.
Till I get up.
Make sure there's no separation in pigment, so there's a nice flow of color right where you're putting this. Then the rain stops. It's a rainy season. Okay, so now that we've got that down, I am probably, well, no, not probably, I'm going to go ahead and grab a different brush, but the same style brush. This here is a Luxie brush, and I'm going to do the middle of my eye with another shimmer. And we've got the center eyelid in here. There's a couple of different colors that I could use there. What I'm going to do is actually take should I do that one? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one. The center lid down here on the bottom. And we're going to put it right here. We're going to focus a little bit above the crease so we give the illusion that our eye looks bigger. Now these colors should flow nicely together. You do have to blend different eye looks different ways, and you'll get used to doing this. A little more setting spray. What we have left is our inner corner. So you're going to want to take an angled brush or a brush that kind of looks like this, that you can change the angle and still get what you need. This is the Sigma Short Shader E20, and we've got two different shades we could use here. I mean, that's if you're going along with the pattern, which I think is very helpful for those of you that are beginners. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade for the inner corner. I'm going to go to my inner corner and work it out. I'm going to use some setting spray. Okay. This has got a little fallout and a little bit of a bunch up right here, so I gotta work that in. I'm gonna turn the brush over and kind of sweep this part and blend it out because there was like a chunk right there. Okay, now what I'm going to do, because I like to have a really light inner corners, I may actually go over it with a lighter shade. But I'm going to save that for later. Notice the angle I'm using here. To me, this is so much easier than having to be an artist and draw good and just be like, okay, you know, we're going to blend this out like this and do this. It's just so much easier to work in sections. It's almost like doing your hair. You can't really straighten your hair, especially if it's thick and, you know, unless you put it into sections. Same thing. So here we are here. Hopefully the camera can pick up how nicely each color flows into the next. And what we can do at this point here is do a little more on the inner corner and then focus on the eyeliner. And I want to go back to the brush I used in the beginning, and I'm going to go in with Anastasia's. They call it the cream color. It's in jet, it's waterproof, it's black. I'm actually going to go over the liner with this here. You can use Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner in black. That's a great one. If you want, looking for a drugstore dupe. And what I'm going to do is dip this in here. Straight down. Going to kind of put some of it, wipe it off on the lid. And then we're going to go over it, starting from back here. You got your tape there, so you're good. Start off slowly, using short strokes, and follow the lash line. Like that. Hopefully the camera picked up all of it so you can see it.
On our side, I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab my inner corner highlight. Can you guys guess which one it is? Okay, I'm going to grab a stiffy, which is a brush that looks like this. This is the Sigma Flat Definer A15. I'm going to put it in Jacqueline's Beaming Highlight in the shade Extra. Tap anything off and go right here and put my inner corner highlight in there. Notice how I'm using the brush on these angles here. This is an amazing highlight. Okay, see how bright it is? So what I can do is you can take the same brush and blend. Blend out your highlight so it flows nicely. The angle of these lights, I'm always wondering if I did it the same way, you know, because you want everything to be symmetrical. Okay, at this point too, you can go ahead and grab whatever gel liner you're going to use on your waterline. And I've been liking Kylie's. Just drop something as usual. Do I need to sharpen it? Yeah, even if it's not that dull, in order to really fine detail, you want to keep things as sharp as possible. So I'm gonna grab my sharpener. You always want to have one sharpener for your eyeliner and one sharpener for your lip liner. unless you clean it that often, because they'll get mixed up, the colors. Okay. Here we are here. These are super pigmented. I love it. Somehow I always get liner everywhere. Okay, let's put my highlighter away here. And what I'm gonna do is take that same brush, put it back into lash line. Yes, there's gel liner on it, but that's okay, because we're gonna use that to mix with the shadow and smudge it out. Don't go down too far. You're gonna have to go back in and blend, and you're gonna need a mini round brush to do that. Still using short strokes. Making sure there's no separation in pigment. You always want to make sure that there's enough on that outer corner too, because you're going to go in and probably do a wing. And it doesn't have to be an extravagant wing with this type of look. What I mean by that is you don't have to go all out. A little should be good enough. A mini round brush or a pencil brush will do. Let me just make sure there's no color on this. Okay, this one here is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe JH38. That is what it looks like. And what we want to do at this point is we want to move the color. So we're going to smudge it gently. Until you get a nice even layer of shadow plus liner, because it's mixed together right here. Then you're going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Take note of how it feels, because you really can do this without looking in the mirror all the time. Mind you, you want the mirror in front of you, but I'm just saying there are certain things you could do without it. Okay, so now that part is done there. What I can do is I want to take like another kind of color to go underneath here. So what I kind of want to do, I think, is I'm going to go into the color. Should I go into the one that says smoke? Yeah, let's keep it simple. Let's go into the one that says smoke with that same brush and tap it off. And I'm going to start right here and go kind of right at the part where the eyeliner is and sweep it back. I'm also going to take it a little bit up here to where that highlight is, just to change the color a tad bit so it flows nicely. That looks nice. Okay, these fine detailing is so important to me. You can also go in with a brush like this for additional safety, smoking it out. And what it does is it just kind of goes over everything, smooths anything out that needs to be smoothed. No chunks of anything should be anywhere. And now we're going to focus on my liner. And I may stick with the gel liner to do my wing. I think that will be easier. And get a brush like this, a tiny, tiny, tiny angle brush. You're going to dip it straight down, but then you're going to take the side and go like this. So there's nothing, no chunks there, and you'll be able to do things smoothly. And we're going to go right from our outer corner here, start and go back. Just like that. Then we're going to change the angle of the brush and bring it over. You're going to thicken up this outer part. Just like that. The good thing with gel is you can go over it and smooth it quite a bit. I love it. Okay. And now you can take your tape off. Now you don't have to just yet. What you can do is in here, this wonderful palette has a brow bone highlight. So we're going to go ahead. If you've got another stiffy, you can use that. I'm going to grab the one I used for my highlight. Just kind of make sure there's nothing on it. And dip it into the brow bone. Start right here. Continue it down. And you can move it over a little bit. Other side. You can work it in with this brush. You can actually blend. And there you have that. Now we can take off the tape. And we've got pretty perfect little lines here, which I'm liking a lot. You can clean this up with concealer, which is always a good thing to do. Kind of what you want to do here is grab a brush. Like here we've got the blinged brushes. This is the E2, the eye brush number 2. And I'm going to go in with Jacqueline's brightening powder. I'm going to use the yellow banana and this top one here, these two here, and kind of mix them, tap off my brush, make this face, and go right underneath here. Basically, you are setting it with this powder so it doesn't move, plus cleaning anything up that needs to be cleaned up. I loved my bling brushes. I want the Starry Night collection too. I will eventually get them. So now that we have done that, we can grab some mascara, figure out what kind of blush we want to use, and lock this look in. Okay guys, so this is my finished look. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you have any questions for me? Is there something you would like to see on this channel? A certain tutorial, a certain unboxing? Let me know that down in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed this video, would you give it a like and maybe share it out? I would appreciate that so very much. I look forward to talking to you down in the comments below, and I will see you real soon in another video. Bye!